This phrase has got me messed up, I want to say. Philippians 3. Paul says that by any means possible. When I think of that, by any means possible, it means that a person is going to do whatever they have to do to make something happen. I remember the first time we looked at our house, and I can remember that it was way beyond what we thought we could ever afford. But I made a decision. I was going to purchase house. We were going to purchase this house, and I was going to do this because I love my wife and I knew she liked the house. And I did everything in my power to make sure that we bought this house, and we've kept it. God has blessed us and took care of us. But by any means possible, that he says that I may attain the resurrection from the dead, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection. In other words, Paul said, I'm willing to do anything by any means possible to become this man of God, that I may know him, that I may be in this personal, intimate relationship with God. That's powerful. And then he goes on in verse 12, another statement he makes. He says, to make it my own. When you make it your own, you take responsibility for it, and you take it into a serious account of what's going to happen and what's going to transpire. So he's saying that by any means possible, that I may obtain knowing him and the power of his resurrection. It even says becoming like him in his death. In other words, if I have to suffer through, I'm going to do this. If I have to do these things, whatever I have to do, I'm going to make it my own. In other words, it's going to be a personal thing because it's mine. And why? Because at the end of verse 12 in Philippians 3:12, he says, because Jesus Christ has made me his own. So because Jesus did what he did to move into relationship with Paul, Paul says, I am going to make it my own because Jesus Christ has accepted me in and made me his own. That's powerful. So let's work for in this relationship with Jesus Christ by all means possible that we would make it our own. That it wasn't just a one-way street, that Jesus Christ died for our sins to redeem us. That's his side. But ours is to, by all means possible, that we would search and seek God, and we would draw close to God, and we would allow God to become our own, and we would become his own. God bless you.